You're very welcome to the Getting to Know Jordan Adetunji event. My name is Gemma Bradley and I'm the girl with all the questions. So I guess we'll just kick off. Jordan, who is Jordan Adetunji? Could you sum up yourself in like a sentence?
Who am I? I am a hip hop artist that is, I'm based in Belfast here. I do a lot of live shows about the place, music videos, a lot of live music for a lot of people to watch and enjoy. Yeah, that's me.
So you came over here when, how old were you when you came over here?
I came over here when I was 10.
So it was London that you came over from?
Yeah, so I went to primary school here. I went to Nottingham Primary School, so yeah, I've grown up here my whole life, yeah.
What was it like moving over? Because I very much the same, I moved over when I was 8 from England, so yeah. How did you find moving over?
Moving over here, I was like, there wasn't many black kids around, so yeah, I think that was the first for me. But like moving over here, everyone was lovely to me, like literally. I was big into football, playing football, a lot of sports. I made friends very, very quickly over here, yeah.
So what made you get into music then? What kind of age?
Ooh, I think I definitely got into music at a very, 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 very young age. So I was always watching MTV.
Okay.
So yeah, because living in Belfast, I didn't manage to see a lot of rap, so I always seen it from the TV.
Yeah.
So I would see music channels like MTV, channel AKA. So I also had a grime channel. So I was always watching UK grime, and then I looked up artists from like that were based here, like Gary Moore and stuff like that, like years ago. So those things like influenced me big time. So that helped me to get into music. Yeah.
Do they still influence you now? And also, what kind of artists did influence you then when you were growing up?
So artists that influenced me is people like Michael Jackson, Dappy.
Dappy?
Yeah, Dappy. I know.
Tell me about that.
I know Dappy because of the diversity of music and the way he's able to change.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I'm big into is like going into different genres and not just boxing yourself in, always opening yourself. That's one thing, yeah.
Do they still influence you now?
Yeah, still they definitely do. Like everything influences me, from like even punk bands like Falling in Reverse, like stuff like that really helps to influence my music and make it different. It's like stepping outside and not just listening to hip hop all the time helps me to be more creative and expand what genres I'm doing.
Do you think it's important to expand like that and kind of be versatile and open yourself up to different genres?
Yeah, even like with connecting with people as well. So when you're connecting with people, like I think that's so important. Like you can't just stay in your circle and just be in the whole hip hop circle. The people that are only going to be interested in what you're doing is just people that are doing hip hop. You have to go out, connect with people that are doing rock, all sorts of things, and I think that definitely helps. Definitely helps.
Do you think that that's helped you grow as an artist?
Yeah, definitely. It's networking and meeting other artists, connecting with other artists. I think that's a big thing that's helped me definitely, especially to get known and also people enjoying the music as well. Because if you give it to someone in a different genre, they might like it. Most of the time they will, because it helps you to be more creative.
And having all these influences and kind of loads of different genres, did you find it hard at the start to kind of focus your sound or, decide who you wanted to be as an artist?
At the start, for me, it was more just putting something out, making sure that there's something out there for people to listen to and showcasing what I can do. So like initially I started with like Facebook covers. So I started with the covers, like I'm sure many people do, covers, and adding my own twist to it. That was always the thing, is adding my own twist onto something that is original and then creating my own and making sure out of that I can create my own. And that's when I started to create my own music straight after doing the covers, because I was so used to adding my own twist onto something.
Were there any covers in particular that you love to do?
I actually used to do a lot of like EDM covers, like rapping on EDM, that sort of thing. So also adding my style and adding it onto something else that isn't the usual also really, really helped to change my music up and make it different.
That's really cool, actually.
Yeah.
So, we've kind of talked about previously that you said the whole mixture of genres that kind of influence you with your sound and stuff like that. How do you feel about, I know we've talked about this previously, but how do you feel about, having to label yourself as a specific genre, or for artists being boxed off as a specific genre?
I feel that that's only down to Oh, it's a tricky one. I feel that's very down to like if you care about what other people are thinking. It's more so just making what you want to make and people connecting with it. That's most of the time. People will like your material. No, it's not for everybody at the end of the day. Music isn't for everybody. Some styles of music aren't for everybody. It just depends. If you want to make what you want to make, you make that.
Yeah.
And people like it, they like it. That's what it is. It's about art. If you focus on making music for other people, that's when it becomes a problem and you're not happy with what you're making. You need people to be engaged with it and you like it as well. That's important.
Do you feel like a lot of artists can kind of do that at the start and maybe get that wrong, or is that maybe where they're going wrong? That could
be where they're going wrong because they're focusing too much on, oh, I need to make it like this and my sound needs to sound like this. You don't have to. You make your own sound automatically. You're always going to make your own sound. If you sing a cover of a song, that's your own interpretation of it. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's your own twist on it. No matter what you want, you don't have the same voice as the person. So everything is always adding and changing and adding your own flavor. That's important.
I guess it's keeping it individual then.
Yeah, keeping it individual. That's important.
So going back to the genre thing, how do you put that? Well, there's so many different genres there that you mentioned. How do you put that into a song? Like for example, Questions is so different to By Myself. Like stylistically, they're very different.
Yeah.
How do you put all those into a song?
So for me, I go off a feel. Because I grew up listening to like Michael Jackson when I was younger, so that whole funk sound and everything. But also I have a grime twist on it and a rap twist. So then if I'm hearing a funk instrumental, straight away, that's my instinct. I'll just go straight onto that and start rapping, start doing something different, twists on it. And it's all influences coming in and that's me bringing my own flavor to a beat, to any twist of a beat, and that's important. Yeah.
And you know, if you hear a beat, you just know exactly there. You're like, this one, I'm going more funk on that, and then you might hear one, and you're like, we're going full on rock here.
You're going, going straight rock. Yeah, that's important.
So take me through a writing session with Jordan Adetunji. Like, how do you begin? Is it lyrics? Is it the beat? Like,
a writing session for me personally. Whenever I'm going to make a song, I always start with the instrumental. So either I get someone to make an instrumental, or I get an instrumental. And I would start with the melody first. I always start with the melody because I feel that's the most important part of a song, is the melody and the hook. So for me, I hear a beat, I start with the melody, maybe it's gibberish, it could be gibberish, and I write to the gibberish. So I write to whatever melody came with it because that's the flow of the song, that's the initial sound of the song, because the sound is very important.
Yeah. I write very similar to you. Yeah. It starts off as gibberish, has to be the melody. That's pretty cool though. Do you enjoy the writing process?
I love the writing process because it means I can put my own thoughts into the music, and that's something that I love doing. Yeah.
I know you've said before that you're a wee bit of a perfectionist.
Yeah, big perfectionist.
Yeah, is that not tough though when you're writing your songs? Like, how do you know then, like, this song is definitely done and I'm 100% happy with it? Because
one thing I'm big into is like giving my material to other people to listen to. You always need a second ear, so I'll give it to my manager Joe, or to listen to, let him hear some of the stuff. He's very picky as well, just like me, so if he hears this or if the sound's low, it's like, you need to put that up, this needs to be changed. And we'll go through that process, and also performing them live as a tester, letting people hear it, the reaction, and from that reaction then we know what's the song.
So how long then, roughly, just a real rough guess, like how long would it take you to write a song?
It depends on how I'm feeling about the song at the time, so I could write a song and finish it in a day, like straight away.
What about Questions then?
Oh, Questions. Questions was actually like an improvisation, I think it was. Yeah, I think that's how it started, and then my guitarist Lewis, we just started on it, and then we made the hook. The hook was just literally off my head, and then after that we then went back to it because we did like a live session of it, and went back to it, listened over it, and then I added lyrics to that.
Would you workshop then like a lot of your songs, kind of having a live session like that with all of your songs?
Yeah, definitely. That's very important because it helps me to get the ideas that I had and put it back in. Yeah.
And would you do that with your band then?
Yeah, I would do it with my band a lot of the time, most of the time, yeah.
It's good to kind of have, I guess, those like really skillful players around you that like they can nearly bring ideas to life.
Because they all have different ideas, and putting that into the music gives us such a big impact and a bigger sound and make things more full, which is really important. Yeah.
That's really cool. So you've written a song. Well, actually, we'll take questions. For example, you wrote that song. Everything sounded sweet. You've workshopped it. How then do you develop that into like a visual concept?
A visual concept. So we always start with the storyline. So we storyboard things. So if the song is about questions, for an example, I would think about, okay, questions. Life is full of questions. So with that video, we thought, let's make everything a question. Why is this there? Why is that there? Because in life you question a lot of things. So with that, we put that into a visual aspect and made every single part a question. So the horse.
What was with the horse?
Exactly, it's a question. It's me enjoying myself. So that was the answer to that question. But not everything has an answer to the question. That's why I said it in the lyrics.
Yeah.
So everything was a question without an answer.
And does it take long to do that? Like, is there a lot of planning then that goes into creating something like that? Yeah,
visuals is like a big key. Because everything is art, everything is a project. That's how I see it. Everything is a project. It's not just about the music. Yeah, you can have a great song, but like, if not everything is packaged the right way and the video is crisp and you've put just as much effort into the video as you have to the music, that's when it comes out to the way that is more impactful and the whole art is projected in a bigger way. Yeah.
Do you think, on the topic of music videos, do you think it's important to be versatile with music videos and maybe not just